Living in two different countries at the same time changes a lot when it comes to your perspective on things. Last few years have been very transformational for me. A lot of recognition on the things that I used to like and I used to think that were important to me are no longer important to me. But what is an added bonus to this is for the past 17 years now, I've been living between two worlds, between Germany and here in California. And when I say Germany, I actually mean Europe because we travel quite a bit when we are there. So this transformation for me started 17 years ago. And for the past 7 years now, we've been living half time in Germany and the other half time here in California. It's been a challenge and at the same time a huge blessing to be able to experience this lifestyle. There are things that I've learned about myself, especially in the past 2 years, things that have surfaced and realizations that have been made. Sometimes I look back in my life and I wonder, was I really that insecure of a person or was I just an asshole? I don't know. I mean, not to other people, but just to myself. It's one of those things, I think, lack of maturity. Living in two different worlds has given me a huge opportunity to listen and to observe and to apply what I've learned, picking up from different cultures and kind of become a more rounded person. So there are three things which I've learned between living in Germany and here in California. And that is what I thought I would share with you guys. I consider myself a late bloomer. So I'm going through this at this age, but I think most people probably go through this in their 30s. There's that one famous saying that is, I think, applicable and exists in every culture. The grass is always greener on the other side. Anytime when we were in the USA, I didn't appreciate being in the USA because my mind was always thinking, well, this is what I'm missing out in Europe. And in Europe, this is how people behave, and this is how things are, and this is how food is, and this is how life is. And I wanted the same things here in California. The truth is that is not going to be possible. When we compare something, we lose sight of what to enjoy in that moment. It could be in any situation. Well, that is better because, and this is better because, well, this is also better in so many ways. And that's something we completely lose sight of. I became a victim of constantly comparing the European lifestyle to the American lifestyle. And it went both ways because when we were spending our time in Europe, I would constantly think how things are done in the American culture and I would compare things. I would expect different things. I would expect it to be like America, and when in the USA, I would expect it to be like how it is in Europe. So it was that constant nagging, comparing. It's just not a healthy way of observing things and healthy way of living your life because you are in this constant state of not being happy, not being content with what you have at the moment. And that goes with anything. So many of us fall into this trap, and it doesn't have to be, between two different countries, but that could be comparing yourself to a different person. What we see on social media or what we see in televisions and movies, or even sometimes with our friends and our colleagues, people that we know, that we compare our life with their life. We live in a state of envy and want, and the only person you're hurting is yourself, and you're not enjoying life, that beautiful life that you have, and that beautiful moment that you have. You really miss out on that. One of the biggest lessons this lifestyle has taught me is that no matter where you go, people are the same. Yes, we have these cultural differences and we handle situations differently. You are going to have people that are beautiful and amazing and nice and kind in every part of the world. And on the other hand, you're going to have people that are just pure assholes and will make your life miserable. You'll have fake friends that will say something to your face and say something else behind your back. So no matter where you go, you will have this vast friendships of acquaintances, your best friends, people that you trust with your life, people that you know you can count on. There's a video that I did a long time ago. When I look back on it, I would say I feel ashamed. And in that video, my message was that I feel like the friendships that are formed here in the USA lack depth. I no longer believe that. I think it doesn't matter which country you go to, which culture you are in, you are going to find beautiful friendships. So it's not the place, it's you as a person, what you attract, what you tolerate, and what you want to build as far as your friendships and people that are important to you in your life. There are plenty of people that I've met in Europe that have a very negative viewpoint of Americans. And there are plenty of people here in the USA which I've met that have a negative view of Europeans in general. A culture may define how we do certain things, or we say certain things, or behave certain way, or interact certain way with other people. But that does not define our moral compass. Between these two realizations now, the most important thing, this is the last point that I want to make, that I've learned is to live in the moment. And living in the moment is such a simple concept, but I think a lot of people overlook it. I definitely did for the longest time. And to be able to live in the moment, the most important thing that I've realized personally is to filter out the noise. Especially in the age that we live in, there's so much noise that we see on social media. There's so much noise on anytime we turn on the television, literally go anywhere to get information. It's just constant noise that has had so much effect on me in altering how I started thinking and how I started behaving, and the nervousness that I started feeling. But when I filtered that out as much as possibly I could, my life has changed tremendously. I've learned to live in the moment. I've learned to appreciate what I have at the moment. So right now we're in California, and I'm loving every single second of it. The old me would have complained so much about so many things already. And the same thing when I'm in Germany now. I appreciate every single day that I wake up. I appreciate the snow. I appreciate the rain, the gray days. Now my mindset is so different that things that used to annoy me are the things that I now find amusing, to the point where I've found beauty in those moments as well. It's becoming such a contagious thing now to not be able to live in the moment, because I think most people these days are chasing after so many things that they forget what they have right now. Like literally, you have what you need at the moment, being okay with what you have and just enjoying what you have at the moment. Because if you don't appreciate what you have, you will never appreciate whatever you accumulate in the future. So hopefully this was enlightening for someone, and maybe it provokes a thought in you. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.